Hello and welcome, race fans, to the HCK Beagles Racing League on this fine Tuesday night, as we are 2 races away, this being one of them, from crowning a league champion here this season. So we got to get all buckled up and ready to rumble here as we go live from Daytona. Please sit back, enjoy the ride, and let's get things all kicked off with the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
And welcome back. As always, the HCK Beagles Racing League wouldn't happen without some fantastic sponsors like Davidson Builders and Gulf Coast Sands. Gulf Coast Sands, sponsor of this race here tonight. Thank you guys so much. Be sure to go check them out down there in, I believe it's Mississippi. I forgot where I put all their contact info, but be sure to get a hold of them if you need any special gravel fill or whatever. They got all the trains, planes, and automobiles you could think of to help distribute that load. So go think of them the next time you need some fill. And of course, Davidson Builders, the proud builders up there in the northern New Jersey area that do a fantastic job doing extensions and remodel work on people's houses. So thank you guys. Big thank you as well over there to AdminBoxx, jumping on board here all season long. We thank you guys for that one. Of course, we've got TrekDogsRacing.com, now also TrekDogs.net, an even shorter name. So thank you, Trek Dogs Racing. And of course, big thank you to Dubby, but we'll talk about them here more in just a little bit. As always, I'm Alan Brown, and I am joined by 2 of my best cohorts over here. We got Mr. Alan English joining me in the booth. And Alan, we return here to the under the lights of Daytona. I almost said Talladega. That would be interesting, under the lights there.
Through the flashlights.
Yeah, through the flashlights. But we're here at Daytona having a good time in these trucks. I think these guys, man, they're really starting to get buckled in here as we're entering in the final couple races.
Everybody's in playoff mode right now. Everybody's... it's time to do whatever you can do to get those points banked, because you only got one more race after today, and that's the big one at Talladega. So, yeah, man, it's ride or die time now. You know, these guys really got to go out there and get it done. We did hear from some of the other drivers that that they're really going to be watching for those yellow banners on windshields and spoilers, being aware of where those playoff contenders are, so as not to impede their chances at scoring some points here. We'd hate to see a non-playoff driver, you know, cause something that may wreck somebody's playoffs. But hey, that happens in real life NASCAR. I mean, sometimes you just can't avoid it. So yeah, that's probably part of the reason why we have a little bit lower truck count out here tonight. I see 15 people registered. I think one of them's an admin though, or race control. So looking at probably 14 drivers right now registered. We are deep into the qualifying session already, so that might be all we're going to get tonight. But looking for a good race tonight.
Yeah, that indeed is. Down there on pit road is Mr. Adam Turner. Adam, I do have some insider football information for you there, as we get ready for this race to get underway. I'll talk about it more, and I'll just say you're gonna like it. But we're here at Daytona, Adam, and I know you like these faster plate tracks where, hey, you can go from champ to chump and chump to champ righty quite quick.
Yeah, right off the bat, it doesn't matter where you start here. Do you have like some information? Is somebody gonna fight? Are we gonna have a brawl right here in the pit road? Do I need to be looking around, head on my swivel and on my shoulders, looking around for a fight? 'Cause that's what I really would like to see. It is second to last race. Let's get the tempers going. Let's get some anger out here. Somebody needs to drive with some hatred tonight. Don't you think?
Oh yeah.
No? Yeah, I think so. But it is Daytona, so we're going to see something wild happen. I don't care how many trucks you have. At some point, it's going to get a little froggy. And I'm looking forward to that. So 2 fast repairs, 75% fuel, 4 sets of tires. That's pretty much it. It's about 79 degrees on the track. Pretty simple rules tonight. Drive fast, turn left, try to win.
Don't get stuck by yourself either, man.
Yeah.
I hope we don't see that tonight. You lose the main pack, you lose the draft, and you're done, dude. Because these things, they don't, they're not very aerodynamic, the trucks.
No, not really. Just a big brick on wheels with a heck of a big motor in them. That's about it. As we take a look here at tonight's race info. A nice 2.5 mile track with some nice nighttime weather here. No issues for these drivers whatsoever about any passing evening rain showers. So that brings us on down here to the key to the race, where, man, it is the final push into the final race. I'll go, I do have the official standings here ready to display in just a second, but it's not over yet, folks. There's not a specific runaway. It is still pretty dang close.
So I can't wait to see how the end of the season is going to shake up, or going to shake out, I should say, next week. We saw a pretty good conclusion to the race in action in another league last night, and it was pretty close in the points. And we had some action on the track that almost had some playoff implications, but it seemed that the lead driver did pretty much have a lock on it. Yeah, a little bit different story here at HCK. Hopefully we get some edge of your seat action here this week and next week.
And so as we do take a look at those standings right now for those top 10 drivers, Kevin Winker on top by 7 points, which in plate track racing, that's nothing. That's
not a lot.
That's nothing. Here is Eric Stoy sitting there in second, but not too far behind them. Josh Freed, he's only back behind Winker by about 15 points. Then you got Cale Turbeville. He's only back by about 17, 18 points there as well. But we got quite a few drivers there. They're, if they pick up a win, get some bonus points and whatnot, they're going to have a chance at winning this thing come next week.
Yeah, I'd pull out all the stops. I might even turn somebody just to gain some points here tonight. English, what would you do?
Yeah, I'm with you there, bud. I mean, if it if it gets me gets me a little bit closer to my goal of winning the season championship, yeah, you can bet I'm going to make it look like an accident, but you're going to go around, bud.
Yeah, especially at the end of the race, right?
Well, I mean, it just depends. I don't want to wreck you, Turner, if you got enough time to recover. I want to do it. Maybe
A little later in the
we
race.
got. Yeah, probably do
70.
it like 55.
Agreed.
Well, there you go, folks. Strategy in play already up here in the AAA broadcasting booth. But down there on the racetrack, we do have our drivers starting to grid on up. And your pole winner, your AdminBoxx pole award winner, 42, Kevin Winker. He's going to start side. Oh my goodness, that came out of nowhere. He's going to start side by side with the 51 of Joshua Moore, his teammate up at the front. The 88 is Zach Staten. So Team America taking a quick control there up at the front. It's going to start in third. The 6th, Paul Durkee, part of Team Goats, is going to start here in the 4th on that outside lane. 15 of Cody Staten will start here in 5th, with the 96 of Josh Freed starting in 6th. The 4 of Eric Stoy will start in 7th, with the 86 of the best name in iRacing, Jake Bunjo, going to start here in 8th. 84, Track Dogs Racing Zone, Josh Bittner, starting there in 9th. With the 5 of Steven Naylor, rounding out your starting top 10.
Chandler Paul in the 72 truck starting in 11th. Outside road number 6 is going to be J.A. Burton in that 26 truck. Cale Tuberville in the 64 starting in 13th. 14th will be Gregory Turner, Little Rimmer, starting outside row number 7. And Michael Newton being shown in 15th. I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure he's our race control tonight. I don't think he's going to grid.
I would believe you are correct on that one, sir. So as these guys get all up and ready to head on out, let's go ahead and zoom in and focus in on tonight's AdminBoxx Pole Award winner, because we're about ready to get him up here for a quick little interview before the race gets going. So,
Want me to get him?
nah, I can get him. Just one second. Just wait for him to get off of the apron. He's rolling around in that Muhleberger Custom Homes 42 machine. Always a great looking truck. All right, well, as he's catching up to the pace car here, we will talk to the man, the 42 of Kevin Winker, your Pole Sitter Award winner here by AdminBoxx. Congratulations on that one, Kevin. I don't think you won it so far this year for starting up there on the pole. I know your teammate there to your outside's won it quite a few times. He basically won the entire season up there. But you got a pretty good starting spot with all your teammates of Team America, pretty much all within the top 3 and 5 and all lined up. So you guys must have a pretty good thought process heading into the start of this one.
Yeah, as always, we're going to do the same strategy they always do, try to stay up front, stay out of trouble. I mean, recently that's got us in trouble, but I think that's the best place to be up here is up front of these play tracks, because then you can kind of control what you want to do there. So
Yeah, you can control the lines, and you can miss the wrecks. I mean, all of it's going to happen behind you if you stay up in the front. So for the most part, anyway. So well, good luck out there tonight, Kevin. Bring that Muhleberger Custom Homes machine home.
sounds good. Thank you. I want to give a shout out to Bruce as well. He came on board and sponsored Cody and Zach. So now we got all 4 of us sponsored by him. So big shout out to Bruce Muhleberger and Muhleberger Custom Homes.
Awesome. Good luck to your team and you as we're winding this thing down.
Thank you.
Bruce is company on all 4 of them machines now, huh?
Yeah, I will. Not to be a nitpicker, but about dang time there, Mr. Muhleberger.
I tell you what, they're going to get plenty of camera time up here in the front where they like to run.
Yeah, that
'Cause
they
did
should.
add another caution lap here.
Yeah, they were very polite enough to do that, so that way we could get that interview in here before things started getting a little too crazy. And of course, we thank you, every single one of you fans out there, jumping on board here, jumping into the chat. Please keep those comments on coming, as we're going to be picking a couple names here to enter into that drawing that we're going to have here coming up next week for some HCK Beagles Racing swag.
Yeah, we already got Tower Operator over there. Chan the Man made some comments before the race started. Brett Winker's out there with us. Rebecca Smith. Doc Barry saying, let's get it done there, Winker and more. Josh Bittner said he's pledging a fireball per caution tonight. Low truck count out there. I'm not sure he's going to get too many of them done. And Joel Moore pulling for Josh in the 51. And Andrew joined us saying, hey, guys, good luck to all the drivers. The pace car's down.
Pace car is down, the green flag is out, and away we go for the first time here tonight. Green flag racing here at Daytona. The 42 of Winker gets a good start here, but of course he can coordinate that with his teammate there on the outside as the 6 of Paul Durkee tries to give that 51 maybe a little extra oomph here and try to work his way up to the front. Of course, we all know these first few laps don't mean anything here, as everyone's just kind of jockeying for for position. As that outside line really picking up some head full of steam there, getting a good run. Just a quick note that the 4 of Eric Stroy was serving a EOL due to an incident from the last race here, so he's starting in the back here. Look forward for him to inch his way on up as we remain side by side racing here. Coming back down across the line, completing lap number 1.
Yeah, the only lap that really matters is number 70. The first 69 laps, so it doesn't matter where you're at. It's where you're at there at the end. And check out Team America already. All 4 of them guys up near the front here. Paul Durkee and in that number 6, and you got the 96 right there of Josh Freed. We've seen some great finishes out of him here lately as well, so don't count him out.
Yeah, you're mentioning only lap 70 matters, and sometimes it's not even 70. It's like 76, 79.
Yeah, you're right.
Depends on how many overtime rounds we go, because we're definitely going to usually see something on lap 70, just or before. So looking forward to the fighting and crashes at the end of these things.
Well, Peyton McGowan heard our comment about Josh Bittner's pledge, and she says, Josh, no. She does not want to be doing that with the fireball there. But Kathy Moore saying, Bruce Muehlberger's awesome guy. Way to go on sponsoring. A great team. Let's go Team America. And, of course, my boy in the 51. Thank you so much for watching, Kathy. We sure appreciate you.
Gregory Turner's just up in the wall. I've been watching him a little bit. It's like he's driving with a controller or something.
He's using the arrow keys on his keyboard, you know.
Could be.
I don't know.
As we're taking a ride here on the roof. Ooh, big wiggle there from the 72 of Chandler Man. But Chandler wearing those sunglasses because everyone knows the sun never sets on a badass out there, and trying to keep his eyes clean and clear, getting that truck around. Ooh, a little bobble in front of him there from the 84 of Bittner. I will say the 69 of Turner. This is another kind of like a side note coming from the iTwit. It's not Twitter. If it's coming from iRacing, it's iTwit. So
is that a thing?
No, it's not. I'm making that up.
Oh.
No.
But he had a medical procedure done today where his driving may get impaired here. So we'll have to wait and see how things play on out. But that wasn't the breaking news. I'm sharing the other news for you for later on, once when this run keeps on going for a bit.
Well, in that case, Gregory, just let it loose. Punch it. Ruin some of these guys' days. Blame it on the medication. I can already tell you're having a little spell there. At least you're out here having fun.
Oh, Paul Durkee tries to get in there. Oh, man.
Oh, Lord. Well,
that's a huge one.
I would say that took out dang near the entire field, but it took out the entire field. Oh, my goodness.
Tried to stick it in there 3 wide where it wouldn't fit. I don't think. I mean, Talladega, that might have worked, but
ooh, shots fired on the radio. I like it. I don't know if you heard that, English.
yeah, I got it.
I don't know if I should say that. They're a little upset with each other, Brown.
And oh yeah, the 6 trying to go down there for the 3 wide and just didn't leave that much room there for the 51 and causing the major pileup there. The 96 of Josh Freed just breaks clear on through. Well, that's the picture out his back window. Just absolute carnage going on.
Oh.
Ends up driving by the 96 to go all the way up high to dodge this little fiasco here.
All right, so there's anger out there, and I can assure you. So there's some drivers that might be upset with some of the tactics deployed by a certain team of kind of holding both lines. And that crash right there might have been a result of that anger.
I don't know that I can put that on that lead car on the outside.
Well, I mean,
if there's not room to put your car there, or your truck in this case.
well, what was the deal?
I don't
Durkee
know.
came down kind of into the middle and, they just collided.
Yeah, I don't think he was. I don't think he got blocked.
No, he didn't get blocked.
No, there was some room. He could have moved down a little bit more in Pinchwinker, but I think he was trying to think, well, we can fit this 3 wide and the 51 would move up high. Well, the 51 didn't move up high.
Well, he doesn't have to.
He doesn't. I'm not saying he has to or anything. I'm just
I'm agreeing with you.
Just saying, you know what? Sometimes there's an ebb and flow to these plate track racing. And I know you know this, Alan, as you're a champion at one of these things, and
At Talladega, yeah.
so you know the whole deal about the ebb and flow, and so you can kind of predict. Sometimes your prediction, it ain't exactly right. You're right 2/3 of the time,
sure.
all the time.
And I'm a terrible iRacer, but I won that money race. That's the only money race I ever did. I'm still batting 1,000 in that department. Might as well quit while I'm ahead,
Well,
What you got for me there, Adam?
no, I just think people were upset that these guys keep holding the line. So I'm going to stick it down here, and I don't really care what they think, or I'm not going to move. So there's definitely some tension building. They've been doing this all season long. Team America has been up front a lot, and it's their strategy, and they have the right to do it. However, people are going to do what they got to do to try to get around you.
Well, is the Josh Bittner shot cam up?
So on terms of service side, I cannot show it.
Oh no. Okay.
However, I will say I was also on a separate screen at a possible time where he may have partaken in it. So I'm just going to assume, as a gentleman as he is, and he is going to live up to his word, that he has. He currently, I believe, that is a cold, frosty brew that he's got in his hand.
Probably see my camera still, huh? Ooh.
Yeah. No, but you got that metal koozie for that thing.
Yeah, I know. It covers up the outside, so you can't see what's in it. So I could just say that it's diet caffeine-free Pepsi or something. Nobody's gonna know. It's just got a silver top on it, just like a Busch Light can. It's uncanny how it resembles the top of a Busch Light can.
Wait, what are you trying to sneak it into a tailgate or a game? Who cares? Enjoy yourself.
So, Cale Turbeville, did he whiff the cone? Or did he hit it? Looked like he missed it.
Like he hit.
Well, it looked like he was about to hit it, but then when I was able to get the cone back in view, it was still standing there.
So the word from the league president on the radio just now was that they're going to call that a racing incident. They're not putting fault on any driver. They're not giving anybody a black flag or a EOL. So there you go.
Yeah, I don't think anybody did it on purpose. I think they were just trying to go 3 wide to get around, and that's kind of what happens.
That being said, Paul's got an accelerator too. He can, he could have lifted a little bit there, but you could look at it both ways there. So,
well, I like it. Let's see some more of that.
hope we see some more. That was exciting.
Not right now, but maybe later.
It may be later indeed as the pace car comes on down onto pit road. So a big shakeup through this field. 96 of Josh Freed is going to lead the way with the 86 of Jake Bunjo. Well, he was starting on the outside there. I think Jake maybe a little late shifting up there, and he's going to drop back just a little bit to go side by side with the 64 of Cale Turbeville. You got the 15 of Cody Staten still hanging around up there towards the front. And it's the 69 of Little Rimmer, Gregory Turner, riding around there. He's going to drop on down to the apron here. I think he's just going to let these guys kind of race this one on out and trickle towards the back, as we can see the 3 lanes starting to form up here. Well, and then again, it starts to kind of disperse. It was a interesting little snick going on down there on that backstretch.
It was cool to see Stealth Motorsports, Bunjo and Freed, restarting on the front row there, but Cale Turbeville and that Klondike machine quickly took advantage of the little bit of a delayed start by the 86, and he's able to snag that lead truck position on the outside line. You know what that means? Jake Bunjo is just going to get to save a little fuel here. That's all that means.
That's true. That's very true. But here's the best part about it. You know, almost everyone was involved in that wreck, so they're all fixed up. They got 2 fast repairs. They're kind of lined back up. The Team America guys aren't going anywhere. They're going to find their way to the front at some point. So that'll make for some more fun racing.
And, you know, that's one of the... You know, everybody likes to race in the 40 truck fields and whatnot, but kind of one of the beautiful things about having a smaller field tonight, you know, with 14 trucks is there's really no rush to have to get up towards the front. Because, I mean, we've seen it. People in 14th, in a matter of 2 laps, you can be up there 5th, 4th, maybe even 3rd, you know, at a drop of a hat. Especially, I mean, right now, and I expect it to close up, but Turbo Tunnel is wide open, and I think that's what maybe the 6 was seeing there early on before the caution happened. But there's a lot of space being left there in the middle.
There you go. Turbeville dropping down in front of Josh Freed to now lead that lower line. He's got his fans out there. Haley Spires saying, yay, go Cale. Matt Bunjo saying, let's go Stealth Motorsports. Doc Barry out there saying, you got to drive good. You got to work with your own team to beat them or keep them separated. He's talking about the Team America out there. You got to keep them broken up. It's harder for them to work together and control the racing action up front if you got them split up.
As the wiggle in the wobble continues to shake its way through the field, the 4 of Eric Stoy still hanging around off the back end there. Same thing with the 69 Little Rimmer. Everybody hanging on to that draft. Looks like Durkee is just going to hang on back here, leave that little bit of a buffer room as these guys continue to race 2 wide in front of them here. 72 of Chan the Man. His back bumper looks like it's been bumped a time or 2.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah, that happened before this past caution, I believe.
He's got the new paint, though, trackdogs.net. So, trackdogsracing.com or trackdogs.net.
Take you to the same store, I guess, huh?
I would hope so.
Is that the deal?
I think so. You know what? I didn't ask Josh.
You go check it out.
Yeah,
No,
well,
you do the research. Put the man hours in.
I didn't do the research. He told me.
No, I was telling English to do the research
Oh,
right
okay.
now.
Yeah.
They're like Bunjo's car, the Jordan machine. Him and Freed.
Yeah, that's their team sponsor there, Michael Jordan.
Like the logo.
Right around here with the 5 of Steven Naylor tucked in behind the 88 of Zach Staten. A little different paint or from what we've been used to there. Seeing those Staten boys wanted posters on the back and item more. It's all Muleburger Custom Homes and Team America.
Trackdogs.net takes you straight to trackdogsracing.com. So
Perfect.
There you
that's
go.
awesome. There's more than one way to get there now, and they got some awesome merchandise over there. Definitely go check them out. It's an awesome store.
Ah, goodness gracious. As we
I know.
continue to race too wide here, I just got that phlegmy cough that's been hanging around since I was sick, man. It's
You hadn't been the
Corona.
same since then. I think did they inject you with something? Did you
It's the
take
long
something?
Rona.
it's possible.
Oh,
I'm still a little leery of my DoorDash driver named Hillary.
yeah,
Oh, you
that
know
was
too much. Yeah.
that was a science experiment, wasn't it?
And so the 96 gets a
freeze.
big run. He's going to drop on down. So Lazy Susan, not in quite full effect, but slowly making its rotations around.
Look, Bunjo was he was pushing as hard as he could. He wanted them both to be able to clear the 64 Turboville. Just couldn't get it done. So at least his teammates up there leading that lower line as he leads the outside line here, at least for now. We'll see if the 64 jumps back up like he did previously. I'm not sure.
Yeah, we'll
Have
have
a
to.
carbon copy of what we saw earlier.
Yeah, we'll have to see. It's a little tough right now because that top line are trying to stay together, but I don't know if there was a new update with these trucks or what, but they're not looking as stable as they used to. Seeing a big chunk of moving around, especially coming in and out of these corners.
Yeah,
Oh,
over
they-
there between the 5, the 51, you are seeing a lot of side-to-side movement here behind the 86 of Bunjo.
And it seems
trying
the
to stay
farther
in
you
line.
the further you go in the pack, like Kevin Winker's getting thrown around. It seems like
Yeah,
it must be the air coming off that thing would be my only guess. They do look
yeah.
quite a bit more unstable.
And trying to follow the line of the guy in front of you. If the guy in front of you is moving back and forth a little bit, it almost looks like a tractor trailer pulling doubles. It's going to be a little bit wavy back there as you move to the rear.
And there was an update. There was an update on these specific vehicles tonight, or previously, but I got mine tonight, so who knows? But there's something new about them. It looks like.
And
Alan, if you're Jake Bunjo, do you stay where you're at? I mean, the 88's pushing him like he wants him to push him so he can drop down in front of his teammate. But if you're Jake Bunjo, are you content right now just to control the outside line and stay there?
at this point, being able to claim that you led some laps is a good thing. However, you got two teammates burning fuel at a much more rapid rate than the people behind them. And when it comes time for green flag pit stops, that 86 got to figure out a way to drop on down to that bottom line. So in a roundabout way to answer your question there, English, I don't know.
Well, do you know what you were supposed to tell me? What's the big news? Am I going to learn about this at all? Or
I gotta save it, man. This race is 70 laps. I can't blow it all in the first 20.
Jeez, I'm like
Bunjo
a kid
almost
at Christmas.
Bunjo almost swapping some paint with the 64 there.
Ooh,
There's some
96
more of it.
creeping on up. Oh, there goes the
86
86
wall.
scraping the wall. That's going to cause a checkup through that entire outside lane.
Pretty
These
wide.
guys are getting hairy here.
Caused a little
Yeah.
3 wide there with Moore, Naylor, and the 84 of Bittner, who is, man, he's having a heck of a night. He's moving up spots on the inside line there with Chan the Man right in front of him.
Yeah, that's team. It seems like all the teams are kind of pretty much bunched up together.
Yeah.
The majority of the guys, anyway.
Stealth Motorsports still leading the outside line. They're nose to tail now in front of a couple of guys, Team America behind them and one in front of them here.
Yes, the 15 pushes the 64 out to the front. The 72, Chan the Man, not only does he have some back end damage, he's got a little front end damage here. I know the toe is definitely helping him, but I haven't really noticed him get up to the back of the truck in front of him yet. So I wonder if he's having a problem getting that suck up to that back bumper.
You're right. I think he might be running wide open. It's just not quite enough to stay on the tailgate of the 15 there. You may be onto something there. That rear arrow can hurt you a on that spoiler as well. Yeah, I didn't notice the damage on the front at first.
Well, for
Didn't take
for a
much.
time being, I was looking at his front left there, and I'm like, does he have some suspension damage on that thing? What's going on with the wheel? It doesn't look right, and now it's just the fenders all kicked in. The two wide racing action continues to rumble on here at Daytona. Everybody, all 14 trucks, albeit we had a first caution pretty early, still grouped up here in this main group. Everybody on about the same pit strategy. Everyone came on down during that last caution here, so probably thinking about pitting around probably lap 30, I think, for these guys with the fuel percentage that they're running.
That would almost cut the thing in half.
Yeah.
What you got?
I was just looking at Jake Bunjo wiggled around just a little bit. Yeah, what you're talking about there, Adam, just kind of splitting the lap count, trying to split the lap count in half to try to give yourself consistent. Well, are you really worried about tire wear very much here?
No.
I mean, more so than Talladega, I'm sure.
Yeah, but the track is kind of cool. It's night. I think you could run the whole thing on one set of tires if you wanted to.
Would it help you to burn a set halfway? You know, like
Yeah, I would definitely burn a set halfway, but
especially if you're under caution, you don't have to worry about losing all that track position.
yeah, but if you're not, then there's a little strategy you can work out with your teammates. Or take two. I think taking two would be a strategy here as well.
You're right.
Possible strategy could be the name to the game here tonight. As let's go ahead and jump on into the cockpit. Now let's do the gyro. The gyro is pretty fun because you get to see how much these guys are turning. But the 26 of Jay Burton out here, he's kind of in the mid to back part of this pack here on the bottom line. He's definitely seeing all the wiggles and squiggles that happen in front of him. Oh, as the 84 shoots his way up onto the top line there.
Making his way up to the outside line. Maybe going to work with Stealth Motorsports up here. I like the paint job on that 26. That KOA Campgrounds truck J.A. Burton runs. Pretty awesome paint. I like how it stands out.
And I will say, right in there with Jay, he's definitely not in a hurry. He's not really trying to push anything too much there. You can just hear him getting on and off that throttle, and when he's getting back on it, he's still staying no more than 75% on it, keeping that RPM somewhere between 6,000 and 7,000. He's not even close to redlining that thing. I know, like, these guys up at the front, like Kale and Josh Freed, these guys probably have that red blinking light flashing at them here as they go down the straights. But that 26 machine, by the end of this thing, he could have saved up. Oh, as Josh Bittner finds himself scraping the outside wall, the 26, he find himself saving probably a couple laps worth of fuel.
Oh, I imagine so. If he's lifting that much, and a lot of drivers in the real life racing have a little detent that they can feel in the pedal to let them know, hey, you're at 80% or you're at 75% throttle. They can feel that little click in the pedal, so they know where to hold it. But these guys are just kind of winging it out there. I guess he's just trying to manage gap in front of him as Bittner getting a pretty good run, using that draft to suck right back up and recover that ground on the outside line after contact with the wall.
And I'm surprised nobody took his line away from him. Nobody jumped up, and now he's 3 wide almost. What's happening here?
Well, he's coming up with a pretty big head full of steam, and we knew this one wasn't gonna last long before we saw some 3 wide action. These guys are racers at hearts, and they just want to get up there and start racing. Ooh, as they flip-flop positions there between the 86 and the 84.
I think Jake lifted just a little bit to
he definitely did, and he's going to drop on down into the bottom line where the gap was being held by the
Look what-
26.
Look what's happening here, guys. Everybody's diving to the inside line. I think we're right here. I agree with you, tower operator. We're about ready for some. He says short pits. I think these guys, especially running this fuel at 75%, I bet some of them are getting close. Maybe a setup for fuel strategy or
Yeah,
fuel
that's-
stop.
That's like what we call a clue when they start heading down and try to line up on the inside, everybody, just so they about the pit here, guys. But Bittner's having none of it as he's up top right behind Freed.
And Freed's been up at the top, leading that line for quite a while. And he's been, also led the bottom line as well. He's going to drop on down to the bottom line, getting clear of Cale Turbeville. So that's going to open the door, for the 84 of Josh Bittner to get a run here. He's got a teammate sitting right there behind him in that 72 of Chan the Man. 69, a Little Rimmer, also getting up here into the action. Here we go. First round of pit stops. Team America coming on in.
There you go. They're short pitting. He
That's going to be
he
close.
Went in hot.
Cody
he went
did,
in.
yeah, I think so. We're going to see here.
It's not
flags
showing.
yet.
Not showing a flag.
Look
at that teamwork.
It's possible he got it slowed
you're-
down just before that first timing marker.
I think you're going to see Stealth Motorsports probably come down too, because they're organized down on the low line now as well. We'll see if Cale Turbeville goes with him or if he does his own thing. Just at a prediction here.
Man, it's a tricky position there for Cale. Is he wants to come on down? He doesn't really have like teammates per se out there. You'd want to come down with at least one other person. Three would be better. A group of 3 would be better, and 4 is best. Like Team America there, they have a huge advantage with that, having all 4 drivers part of their team on the same strategy there. That's going to just help them out as the next Delta Airlines flight is taking off on the runway back there.
Yeah, but here's what I think. I didn't actually watch their entire pit, but the timing looks like the Team America guys only took 2 tires just by the timing.
2 tires, and well, I don't know. That could also be a full fuel from basically being dang near empty.
That could be too. More takers now.
Yeah. Yeah. As we thought. Here comes Stealth Motorsports with Team GOAT right behind them.
Yeah, it's interesting to see which teams are maybe be working together here. Jay Burton jumping on that pile as well. Part of the Go Fast team as the lone member.
Oh, he is too, huh?
Yeah, so good job keeping the ears out there on the radio, making sure he stays alerted to all the strategies going on so he can kind of pick and choose what'll work best for him. As we still got 4 cars out there riding around. Turbeville, Bittner, Chan the Man, and Gregory Turner rotating around. I'm sure they're probably going to be coming on in here. Are they coming on in this one? Nope, they're going around one more time.
And I think you were right there, Brown. I watched Stoy in the pits. He didn't take tires, but that thing was bone dry to about a 12-second flat stop. So that's the play here. I don't think anybody's going to take tires.
I think you're right there, Adam, is watching this group of 4 here, and I'm also watching the time between them and the Team America, sitting right around 35 seconds, and that time is actually starting to continue to tick down a little bit now, down into the 34-second range. So if I was these guys, I would just hurry up, come down and pit, and when I rejoin, hopefully I'm out there with that Team America guys. As
Here they come. They heard you.
So waiting for the pit lane to clear, and it is all clear for re-entry here for Turbeville, Bittner, and Paul. So this will complete our first round of green flag pit stops. Got at least probably one more round to go. I don't think these guys are going to make it to the end here. It's going to be they're probably going to be about 4, maybe 5 laps short. as Staten, Winker, Moore, and other Staten coming on through turn 4 right now and heading back down across the line. And at the same time, here comes those other 4 coming out of the pits. It's gonna be close, but I don't think they're gonna quite make it. They're not gonna be up to speed, and those 4 Team America boys, they're just gonna cruise right on around. And so the people in chase mode here have their work cut out for them. The 96 of Josh Freed has the 4 of Eric Stoy there on his back bumper, trying to give him that little extra nudge and get them all caught on up. They're just outside of that draft bubble, and it looks like they have caught it now. Watching that time go from a second and a tenth now down to 8/10, so they're definitely beginning to suck up.
Tower operator saying it right there. Professor Winker's strategy. I mean, you see the difference in speed, between those 2 sets of cars. Team America just blowing past them as they were coming out of the pits. It takes a long time to get these trucks up to speed when you're exiting the pit lane. Whoa, Durkee crossed the nose of the 84, goes back up on the track. He held on to it.
Man, beating and banging here in this big chase pack. Stoy and Stoy hanging on to the back of that 96 up there in that main group. And now the 5 of Stephen Naylor tries to get the troops all back in line here. And hopefully, I bet they're saying, let's single file out. Let's catch on back up. Let's not let Team America just run away with this thing.
If you're fighting each other, you're not going to make any ground on those front runners. I'm with you 100%. That's what you need to be doing. Single file till you catch them, and then all bets are off.
Yeah, but I mean, say what you will about this Team America. I guess some people are having, little issues with them controlling everything or whatever. They have great communication, great teamwork. You can't really hate them for it. Yeah, they're putting in the work, and they do a great job. And they're actually fun to watch because they work like a real team. Pretty neat.
Excuse me. As the 96 tries to make a lunge at taking the lead, but that was very shortly lived here. As the beating and banging continuing going on here in this backpack.
Gotta love that. Now, that being said about Team America, if I was driving out there and I was on another team, and let's say you 2 were my teammates and y'all were good, and I was like, I'll be like the goon, and I'd drive right through them.
Quad driver?
Yeah, I'd be the goon for y'all
The
so y'all
bowling
could get
ball.
ahead of them. Yeah, so I understand. Everybody's single filed up front here.
And you know what? They're probably all saying the same thing. Hey, if we can actually just work together here, I mean, we still are just passing that halfway point. We still got a lot of racing left. If we work together here, we're putting time down on them. They're going to have to really struggle to catch back on up, and we can just make this thing, a 6-car race up here. And, once when the white flag flies, so be it. But right now, let's work together, and that's exactly what's happening. And I'll let y'all know a little secret about pace lining here. To really maximize this run here for the 84, the 6, the 5, the 86, 26, 72, 64, and the 69. What you really need to do is have that leader just trail off up high, coming down these corners, letting that inside line get a little bit of the side draft. You get a couple extra miles an hour, and the second that the first guy on the outside is cleared, then the next leader moves on up, and then you kind of rotate in, like a lazy Susan. You see it in cycling all the time, and I mean, it's just a massive pace difference than just following in a single line with one guy pulling you.
You see that in IndyCar. You see that in open wheel a lot, especially at tracks like Indianapolis, where guys they'll circle each other to work together and trade drafting positions until they catch up to the leader or whoever they're trying to catch in front of them. That's very common.
What's it called?
Pace lining.
Oh, I thought that was like
I
some
never
kind
knew that's what it
of
was called.
new drug or something the kids were messing around with.
Pace line.
Pace lining. Well, I like it. It makes sense. But right now they are
Well-
just following the leader.
And the 6 of Durkee's doing a heck of a job pushing the 84 of Bittner and leading this line here. Those guys are setting a pretty good pace right now. I'm not sure if they're making ground on the leaders, but they're doing their damnedest.
They're definitely trying, but I mean consistently. So last lap times were like essentially all basically the same for the top 6: 49.68, 49.68, 49.65, 49.67, 49.69, 49.69, and then you go back to that chase pack: 50.26, 50.25, 50.22.
Oh, no.
And so this front pack working
not as
together
tight.
here, they're really keeping it tight and working together quite well.
So that's what this chase pack needs to do. They need to get nose to tail. They need to get a little closer, be a little bit more aggressive, maybe. I mean, they're staying single file, which is what they need to do, but they just got to tighten it up a little bit. Is that kind of what we're thinking here?
Yeah, they definitely need to tighten it up. I mean, I'm not saying that the front group here, they're keeping it, you know, nose to tail. Everything's, you know, like a freight train, nothing moving. No, they're still got their bobbing and weaving. But boy, when I tell you that Kevin Winker hasn't left 1 foot between himself and Cody Staten here, they just haven't.
Josh Bittner telling the 6 and the 5, hey, you guys come around. I think I've got a little damage. You might be faster. You always want the fastest truck to be leading the line here to ensure that you're going to catch the lead pack. Let's see if their lap times change at all. See, they're working together on the radio now, suggesting, hey, put Cale Turbeville up there in the front maybe. They're working together. All these different teams in this chase pack working together on the radio right now to come up with a plan to get a little faster to catch those 4 trucks ahead.
Well, they're acting like friends right now, but I guarantee you about lap 65, they're not going to be friends for long. Especially the guys on the other sides of the teams. But right now, everybody's happy.
And you know, part of the problem right now though is while they're trying to get organized, they're still
Too wide.
they're still too wide trying to get things all figured out. Looks like they finally do have it figured out with Cale up at the front, the 6 and the 5 in tow with the 84 kind of in the middle of the line. That's kind of right where you'd want Bittner. You don't want him pushing either if you might be a little down on power. Ooh, as the 5 goes down onto the apron there.
Yeah, not sure what happened with Steven Naylor there, but he's back up on the track in line. Hey, if you're gonna get down on the apron like that, do it like he did. Do it on one of the stretches. You know, don't do it in the corners. That transition from the apron to the track is pretty aggressive. Definitely turn a truck easily.
Ooh, it's a 64. I think it's due to the bump drafting being done by the 6 there. Getting a little squiggly down that line. It's making it hard for that 6 to stay locked in onto that back bumper. Let's go ahead and jump into the cockpit here with the 64 and see if we can't hear that that little rev over as they go down these straights. Like there's a special spot right when you get just above 7,000 RPM. The engine noise just makes a slightly louder sound, and it's when that's when you know you hit the sweet spot.
That's when you know you're getting a little help from behind there.
Yep,
Yeah.
there it goes. It just kicked in right as he's hitting 7,000.
That is the coolest sound, and you can kind of feel it as you're driving. And that's where you want to be. That is the sweet spot.
You could almost swear that a VTEC was kicking in, some extra turbo or something, as these guys try to start to chip away at that time. But oh man, that front group, they're just going even faster now. It's 49.24s all the way across the board, and the guys in the back are running 49.19s.
That's pretty amazing right there.
Man, these
Like the faster the backpack gets, the faster the front pack gets.
Yeah, well, you also got to remember now that fuel load is starting to come into effect too. So these guys up at the front, they all pitted that 1 extra lap, maybe 2 extra laps earlier. So they're running just a little. I mean, we're talking drops, but each drop slows that car down just enough or speeds it up just enough and can make that big difference.
Yeah, it's science.
It is.
You know
It is definitely science. But you know what else is science there, Turner?
what?
What you drink when you drink a Dubby. Go ahead and order your next round of Dubby at Dubby.gg using code HCK at checkout for 10% off that next order. Of course, it's great for energy, keeping you focused and alert. I can promise you, I drink it not just because, you know, they're a sponsor or anything like that. It literally tastes good. It legitimately tastes good.
You're paying for it.
I'm
They're
paying
not
for
sending
it.
to you. You're paying for it.
I'm paying for it, and I'm gonna continue to pay for it. I've taken a lot of supplements in my day for workouts and this, that, and the other thing. One thing they all have in common, they taste super chalky. It's just like when you get a extra large coffee with, you know, extra cream, extra sugar, and you take a sip and all you get is some of that just sugar grains in there and you're like chewing your coffee. It's not like that. I assure you it's not like that. It's absolutely fantastic. Great tasting flavors. No jitteriness, if that's even a word. It's sugar-free. And there's no crash afterwards either. So be sure to go and get your next round of Dubby here today.
W.GG? Is that their
Dubby.gg, like good game.
Gotcha.
Well, we need to bring them on board as a AAA beverage, just so we can keep you all fired up all the time. Because I like it when you're on your Dubby. Check them out, but also don't forget about these two fans of the race tonight that are going to be entered into a drawing to win some stuff for next week. So y'all keep talking out there. We have somebody that picks these, and they're very special, and they're not an aluminum Audi.
Oh, I see what you did there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now here we go, Alan. I think they figured things out just a little bit here. That chase pack question is it a little too late? They all started breaking that 48 or the 49-second barrier and starting to run 48s. So now they're starting to chip away back at that time, but it took them a good minute before they started to do that.
I'll say this, Paul Durkee's pushing job has just been outstanding, pushing Kale up here. And the other guys, most of them staying pretty tight. As I say that, they're kind of scattering out a little bit. But, yeah, man, the more they can get together here, the better off they're going to be. They do have a couple of trucks with some aero damage right there in the middle of that pack, the 84 and the 72. So I'm not sure how bad that's really going to hurt them. It probably is not too bad, as long as the top three can stay.
Here they come.
Oh, here comes Team America and Stealth Motorsports.
All working
Down
together,
into the pit
coming
lane.
on down into the pit lane. They're doing the short pit strategy here with 25 laps left to go. They realize from here we can make it to the end, you know, of course, barring any green-white checkers here, as they make their break down towards the inside. And you definitely would say this is the money stop. Where'd my camera go? Gosh darn it. There we go.
Got a splash too, it looked like. Just a splash.
Well, see, that's the other thing. They didn't have to be down on pit road so long because they weren't completely out of fuel.
Correct.
So it doesn't take as long to top off. They can get back out there sooner. And every second those guys are doing that, this chase pack's falling farther behind.
Yahtzee.
Ooh, but be on the lookout there for that 15 of Cody Staten. He took a significant less amount of fuel by the looks of it, a 4.37 pit stop there compared to everyone's 8, 9, 10 second stop. So I wonder if I wonder if maybe they had an issue getting the second can on there for the 15 and he wasn't able to get all the way topped up. Now he's going to have to drop back on down and in. He was doing a great job leading that front group.
Yeah, that leaves a burning question there. Is he going to have enough to make it to the end? We're going to find out together here, but
well, no, Cody dropped back down in. He's hitting his box one more time now.
My bad. I didn't see that.
Oh, you're good. So with that, Kevin Winker is going to start to control what was the front pack is now the secondary pack, as he, Joshua Moore, Eric Stoy, Zach Staten, and Josh Freed still all up there working together. Turboville still trying to pull that lane with the 6's help here.
And this chase pack, I mean, they're going to be turning some fast laps now because of their lessened fuel load. But how long do these guys stay out here? Are they going to run it dry before they come in and get a splash? I mean, this might work out for them.
Oh, you mean the Kale group?
The chase pack, yeah.
Well, you can't call them a chase pack anymore because they're in the front.
Well, I mean, once they pit.
Yeah, it's a tough
pack?
call because
well,
there's your answer. Coming on down, Kale, Josh, Chandler, Greg Turner, Jake Bunjo, Jay Burton, all coming on down. It's just the two goats of Durkee and Naylor staying on out here.
I wonder why the split up there.
Maybe they weren't.
Would have been better off to stay with the larger group there. This might change things.
I think you might be right here. As different strategies. They might have also thought, hey, everyone's going to be going on down onto pit road here. There's a good chance that a caution's going to come out. Why not? Let's just stay on out here and just possibly wait for that, as here they come down on this lap. They also might have missed the memo of everyone coming on down.
Maybe so.
Ooh, 6 coming in like a bucking bronco.
Black flags. We have yet to see a black flag for any pit violations here tonight.
Well,
that's behavior.
Yeah, because it's even though we love him and wouldn't ever wish ill will on him, but it's because Albert Anderson isn't here tonight.
Oh,
Yahtzee.
Was he always getting a black flag penalty?
He was kind of notorious for shooting himself in the foot on the pit roads.
He just likes to drive fast, man. Sometimes it doesn't work out when you're driving fast into the pits.
Yeah, not every race can be like the NASCAR All-Star race where, no rules goes, As Winker, Moore, Stoy, Staten, and Freed all regain that lead group status here. Durkee out in front with Naylor shortly behind. Kale Turboville working with the 84 of Bittner here. They're going to start to kind of loop around. It's going to take a good minute for these guys to get regrouped. So that's going to be one of those negative side effects here, Turner, where, we saw that big group come down, but those two goats stay on out. It's going to separate that group, and it's going to take them a while to get reorganized as compared to what, when Winker, Moore, Stoy, Staten, and Freed did, where they all came down together and pretty much all left together. They were all, from the get-go, basically hitting that gas pedal at the same time.
Yeah, I mean, that's a very good point. Those guys are definitely on the same page. We'll see if anybody can catch them. Basically, that's what we're gonna have to see.
I think it's just gonna have to end up coming from a caution somewhere and somehow, but as of right now, I don't see where that's gonna come. Everyone trying their best to be on their best behavior and work well together. Cody Staten, really the only person in danger of going a lap down right now. He's being caught up pretty quick by the leaders, but the leaders are also mostly his teammates here, so I wouldn't be surprised if they say, just jump on the back, man. It's all good.
Yeah, and how much fighting are we going to have at the end of the race when everybody in the front is on the same team?
All of the fighting.
Well,
that's what you're hoping for, right?
I mean, I know teammates will crash other teammates. It's happened to me before.
Oh, come on now.
Turn 2 Pocono. Just saying.
Still beating that to death. That was an accident. I said I'm sorry. For 2 years, I said I'm sorry.
It's just ingrained in my brain.
Here you go. You got Josh Bittner pushing the 64 of Cale Turbeville. I wonder if Bittner might have used one of those fast repairs, his final fast repair there, to make sure his truck was back up to speed, and he's doing a pretty good job trying to stay up onto that back bumper of the 64 of Turbeville.
Brett Winker saying, let's go Winker once again. Brandon Noah pulling for Team America out there. Tower Operator said, look at all the strategery we got going on out here.
That's such a great word. Did they ever put that?
There we go, the
this?
6.
Oh, big wreck.
Yellow flag's going to come out. The 6 and 5 getting knotted up together.
Teammates. And the 86 of Stealth Motorsports. That's Jake Bunjo. Oh, man.
I'll tell you what, there's a few drivers out here breathing a sigh of relief that a caution came on out, and they're going to be able to get everything all regrouped up after those sets of green flags pit stops. Let's go ahead and kind of see what happened here between the 5 and the 6. It was teammates.
There was a checkup on Durkee's behalf. He was going to hit Paul. Naylor tried to avoid him.
That he did. Oh, and then he just got a little loose as he made that quick maneuver trying to get to the outside, and he tried to get a wrangle on it, but the 86 of Bunjo, an innocent bystander in that one, just doing loop-de-loops down the front straightaway. I don't think he hit anything.
Well, if you don't have to tow, you'll be fine. Just get in there, fix it, use your fast repair.
He did hit the outside wall a little bit there, but it looks like he was not smoking or anything, so he's going to be able to drive back around and at least hit his pit box and all that. So the tides, they are changing, my friends, as we got ourselves a late caution, getting everybody all grouped right back on up.
So we're going to restart here. About a 10-lap shootout. I guess Team America, they're all good on fuel. Here comes the 96 of Freed down pit lane. He's probably going to top off with gas here. And Jake Bunjo, just looking at the replay again, he went as low as he could without hitting the grass, and he still got collected in that deal. So this just goes to show you, at these pack racing tracks, you can do everything right and still get wrecked.
Indeed. All right, well, now coming through the iTwit universe here, Mr. Turner. Reports inside the drivers' meeting say the 51 of Joshua Moore was feeling attacked during the drivers' meeting, and he's going to be showing a little bit of an extra aggressive side here towards the end of this thing.
Why are you saving that for the end for me? I should have known that from the jump. He was feeling attacked by these guys?
Apparently, words had been said, and he wasn't too pleased with them.
Ooh. Well, now he's up front. Who's he going to hit? He can't hit his buddy up front.
Another report is saying, another report coming in, because, iTwit's very quick. Okay, iTwit is very quick.
Twitter. Yeah, I hope so. I hope it's not run by Zuckerberg.
No. It's by whoever the guy who owns iRacing is. I don't know his name anymore.
Tony Stark.
Yeah, Tony Stark. Reports say it was his own teammate, the 42 of Winker, that was making those comments.
Well, they're playing games with each other.
I think.
So you're telling me.
So I think
they're going to go after each other here.
I think there might be some discourse going on there inside the camp of Team America.
But you don't want to make your sponsor mad with the Muhleberger Custom Homes. You don't want to dirty up that paint scheme.
Bruce has already seen his 4 cars get wrecked once. He doesn't want to see it happen again.
He has seen that.
Of course, it will get some more camera time for Muhleberger Custom Homes.
Man, I think this is kind of like, when they pretended they were taking video from the moon and stuff like that. I think you're pulling a fast one on me in America.
It's like WWF wrestling or wrestling that we watched on Saturday mornings.
No, that was more real than the video you saw from the moon. That wasn't actually from the moon. That was from a studio somewhere in Burbank. I mean, it looked decent for the time, but I mean, go back and look at it.
Proved that all that stuff was bull.
No, MythBusters is in. Oh my goodness! Here we go. I need to get back with you on this.
They're in cahoots with Aluminum.
It's a progressive
organization. It's called.
It's all propaganda, man. It's a propaganda machine.
I will say, when we do get if we get another caution here, we're going to have to ask what fuel Josh Bittner is using there, because it looks like it's Sour Patch Kids.
That's what he's eating over there. Sour Patch Kids
and Fireball.
And Fireball, great combo. I love it. I've never had it, but it seems like it works.
Well, I mean, look where he's at. He's restarting inside row number 4. Pace car coming down. Here we go, boys.
Here we go. Winker and Moore side by side with Staten and Stoy right behind them. Green flag racing with 11 laps left to go here tonight. Everybody, and I mean everybody, all 14 trucks all grouped back up together here as the Ford pushes that 42, trying to maybe get that little bit of a run so he can jump up outside, maybe make a pass here on Winker, but not quite able to get clear just yet of that 51. Everybody pushing with all their might here for these final few laps. Everyone should be good on fuel, so I don't think anyone's going to be laying back here. It's going to be pedal to the metal all the way up to the front.
Running wide open. My question is, are we going to see a repeat of what happened earlier? Because we've got Team America up here controlling both of the lines again. Are we going to see one of these other trucks, the 4, the 96, 64, or a combination of those, come up here, kind of mix it up, try to stick their nose in here and make it 3 wide again?
I hope so. For sure.
I'll tell you what, it makes for some good TV. It's going to piss a lot of people off, but it's good racing to watch.
It is, and of course you can tell who's in the championship by those yellow banners and tail fin drag things. I don't know what they're... Spoilers. It's not a spoiler. It's not spoiling anything. The only thing it's spoiling is how good these trucks look, but they all have the same yellow kind of banner going on. Those are all championship drivers, and someone stuck up there in the middle of it who isn't one, and that's the 88 of Zach Staten here, trying to help out his teammates, try to pick up one of the wins here. So we continue to go side by side through turns 1 and 2. 9 laps now left remaining into the single digits here as they make their break down onto the backstretch here. Still side by side. No one quite ready to take it 3 wide here and push it, but we're starting to maybe see some people kind of peeking and teasing it.
Peyton McGowan on the YouTube says, I want some drama.
Me too.
I love it. I love that. She says, just kidding. Just kidding.
Tell Josh to just turn into somebody. We'll get some drama real quick.
He doesn't want to wreck his buddy. His buddy's right to Chan, the man, his teammate, running his company sponsor on there. Doesn't want him to.
Well, they don't want to dirty that up.
Oh, man.
As we continue to race side by side here, everybody not giving an inch. I'm surprised still, though, that top line, they haven't really pinched down onto the bottom line like we've seen before. So, again, I could see someone like the 86 of Jake Bunjo back here. If he sees an opening, he could shoot his way up that turbo tunnel if he wanted to.
Yeah, they're not leaving a ton of room. I mean, if they were running a little bit more spread, I think he'd try it. 72, he is running pretty high. He's leaving a bigger gap than the ones up in front.
Yeah, this is just way tighter than Talladega. I mean,
yeah.
It is hard to go 3 wide here.
Yeah, but English, you know this all too well too. Is you could be hearing your spotter saying 2 wide, stay high. The next thing you know, when you hear him say 3 wide, what's your first instinct? Well, your first instinct when you say
Hold
3
my
wide, you're up high. You're either moving to make a little extra room, or just like you said, you're holding that line. And
I'm going to hold my line. I'm not going to make a sudden movement, but I'm going to look out my left window because I race in VR. I'm going to look out my left window and see if I've got room to move down to give that upper car a little bit more room. And I'm going to scoot down just a touch. I'm not going to try to pinch the inside car low, but I'm going to give that upper car a little bit more room because it's difficult running up by the wall.
that it is. And we couldn't say the same thing about our friend here and Mr. Turner, and he'd be sticking that 22 Derringer out the window netting.
Oh yeah, I'd be driving like I was in Waco at high noon. Pistol on one hand,
Punch rush.
hand on the cell phone, beer between the legs, and driving with your knees. That's how you do it.
16-ounce Lone Star in a paper bag between your legs, and you're waving a pistol at the wall.
Well, in Waco, I'd probably have to have a bush or something, you know.
Maybe an Old English 800 or something.
Yeah.
That's the 42 of Winker, and the 51 of Moore continues to race side by side here. The 4 and the 88 right behind them, pushing their respective lanes, trying to keep these drivers getting that little bit of extra speed here with 5 laps left to go. It's all coming on down to crunch time. You can see these drivers now really starting to pinch down. Of course, as I say
69.
that, things spread out a little bit. Oh, beating and banging in the back.
He tried to
Gregory
stick it in
Turner.
the middle.
Yeah, what was he doing? He must
Trying
be
to
on
use
those
the turbo
meds.
tunnel, but there wasn't room.
He sure was.
What's going on with the outside line here?
Oh, well,
Up front, slow it down.
The 4 of Stoy gave the 51 a big push while all that was happening, getting that 51 out in front of the 42, and he dives down in front of Winker.
Well, this is making a mess of things for the end of this race. Only a few short laps to go here. Here's where we're going to see our aggression. Here's where you're going to see guys attacking a line and trying to bring guys with them. We're going to see some 3 wide action here in just a second.
As here we go up on the outside lane, Eric Stoy being pushed by the 96 of Freed earlier on. When it was just those two trying to catch up to that Team America pack, it was reversed. So now the 4 is saying, hey, I scratched your back, scratch my back for a little bit here. Let's get back up here to this front. And here they come, outside lane coming with a big run.
Trying to put a little side draft on Moore in the 51 machine. A little bit of a crooked push by Winker there. They got a little bit loose, but they're still maintaining their momentum. 4 moving down, 96 moving down, trying to throw a little bit of extra air on those spoilers of the inside line, keeping the momentum going to the outside.
And just remember, anybody can still win this thing.
Ooh, there was
in his pack.
There was a gap that was opened up there right in front of Cale Turbeville, and I couldn't see exactly who stole it, but it looks like it's the was it the 88 of Staten sneaking his way on in there. Not used to seeing him run that, kind of orange and black. As we're going to be coming across the line now with 2 laps to go. If you thought this race was exciting already, there goes the 86 starting to get turned around.
That'll bring out a caution here. We got a green-white checker coming, boys. 1 of 3 attempts available.
Yep. Yeah, it's like I said, anybody can still win this thing. Have to take a look at that one, see what happened.
And Mr. English, I know you're an apprentice brewmaster, but you could see that one cooking from a mile away.
I saw the boiling happen, and I was about ready to throw the hot bag in there, and it boiled over on us.
All right. So.
Oh no, that can't be netcode.
Teammate. No, that wasn't netcode between the 88 and the 90. Was that the 96 of Freed?
Yeah. The 88 trickled up towards the 96 just a little bit and gets the 96 loose. It was just enough towards the back quarter panel, It was dang near almost up to the door where I think the 96 would have been okay. The 64 trying to avoid. Oh, he gets piled up into it. The 72 gets piled up into it as well. The 84 Bittner, I think he's able to completely miss it here. Same thing with the 26 of Jay Burton. Let's go ahead, take a ride here from the nose of Josh Bittner. And man,
it could have been a little bit of net code. It wasn't a drastic net code. If it was,
no, it wasn't. It wasn't a drastic. I don't think from that contact that's exactly how that truck should have reacted.
Right. That's kind of what I'm thinking. Yeah.
It
was good. They were going to connect.
They were. Oh yeah, they were going to be touching doors to fenders and whatnot here.
Turboville got some front end damage.
Yeah, that was from trying to get clear and ended up clipping some of that traffic. So I'm sure he's going to be trying to come on down, sneak his way in, and get his fast repair done.
Well, Brett Winker says, green, white, checkered, here we go. And just a reminder, we've got 3 attempts available at a green, white checker. So if these guys can't get it done, if they can't take the white flag without an accident, we're going to do it again. And we're going to keep doing it until we get to 3 green, white checkers here. Shauna Flick says, go Winker. Nicole Scafidi says, go Kevin. Number 42. All of Winker Nation is out there. Can we start that hashtag now? Hashtag Winker Nation.
Oh, there is a nation in another league. Might as well start one.
So just so you know, there, Mr. English, that on iTwit they use the ampersand.
Do they? I don't like the ampersand.
Why? I like it. I think
like
it's a
the
neat.
pound sign. I like the pound sign.
Because why? Because they trained you, right? You're trained like a dog, aren't you? They put it in your brain. No.
Fine. I like to use the closed parentheses to open my tags. Look, there you go. Hashtag Winker Nation all over YouTube now.
There's no ampersand though. I like the ampersand. Oh man.
I'll have to get with our graphic designers over the iTwit.
I got you covered.
The iTwit logo. But while we're pacing here before this green-white checker, let's go ahead and talk to the guy who I said we should talk to figure out what his race fuel situation is. And that's going to be Mr. Josh Bittner in that 84 machine. Hey, Josh, guys in the booth, got a copy, buddy?
Hey, what's up, guys?
So, first question, the most important question, what's the race fuel for tonight? Is that like Swedish Fish or Sour Patch Kids? What's going on?
We got Goldfish, and we got some lovely Fireball.
Excellent.
Going on next to me.
Good combo.
It's a great combo here. Well,
and the Mr. Light.
Oh well, yeah, of course.
I don't know if you guys can see it or not, but
well,
it's been a good combo tonight. You know, in these trying times.
All of YouTube can see it.
Oh, good.
But either way, coming up to a green-white checker finish here. Of course, you know, that's always how you want to finish these races at Dega. And it was kind of interesting there. You were kind of stuck in a chase pack for a while trying to catch back on up. And I think you realized that, man, I might have a little bit of damage. And you said, let's work together. I'll rotate out and someone else take the lead there.
Yeah, and I honestly don't know how that caution happened. I got in Nikhil, and funny enough, it didn't actually register as a 0x on my screen. I don't know if it was net code happened or whatever. I'll have to go over maybe with the admins after the race. But that one caution that grouped this back together, it seemed like, well, it happened behind us. I think they all stacked up, but I had the lift because I hit Kale somehow. And it's a shame that, like, I don't like being in this position, but, you know, deal the hand I'm dealt and keep rolling with the punches. And hopefully we don't go caution free because I still got another 6 more in the tank to my left hand side on the ground, so I don't want to have to use them all up, but maybe for your sake. I know we have only 2 more, so hoping for a good finish, boys. Appreciate it.
Good luck.
Thank you, friends.
We bring Josh back on up there to the his chat that he was in. The pace car dives on down, which means it's time to buckle up, strap on that drinking helmet, throw inhibition out the window, as it's time to go green, white, checker racing here in this HCK Beagles Racing League. Gulf Coast Sands, I forget the number, I think it's 175 here at Daytona. Side by side, they trundle and rumble down through turns 1 and 2. The 51 of Joshua Moore out in front on that bottom line, being pushed by the 4 of Eric Stoy. The 42 of Kevin Winker has some help there in the 86 of Jake Bunjo. Wow, I messed that one up. Giving him a push. Oh, as we got some beating and banging going on in the back of this field. The top line trying to pinch down on that bottom line as much as possible. Remember that in green-white checker rules, as long as the leader crosses that line to take the white flag, they will call this race official, and no more cautions will be had, as they are bumping and banging there in the midfield with the 26 and the 6. Oh my goodness, everybody going crazy. So they do take the white flag here. So here we go. Final lap of this race. 3 wide here in the middle. Oh, Cale Turbeville gets body slammed up into the outside fence. He is drifting on back with a little bit of damage. I think he's going to be out of the draft as the field makes its break down the back straightaway here. Beating and banging everywhere. 3 wide, 4 wide, 5 wide going down this back straightaway. People jockeying for position all over the place as the 4 of Eric Stoy bounces out to the outside lane, goes up side by side now with some help from that 42 of Kevin Winker, side by side with the 51 of Joshua Moore. The 5 of Steven Naylor of Team Goats trying to get his nose up there into the mix, as well as the Wrecking coming down close to the line. 3 wide, 86 out of nowhere, steals the win.
Wow. That was incredible. Jake Bunjo just stuck with it there. Saw the mayhem happening in his rear view mirror with Durkee coming down and hitting the inside wall at a ton. My goodness.
That was
incredible
nuts.
Finish.
Wow.
Oh man, we need to take a ride here as we're coming out of turn number 4 with that 86 of Jake Bunjo with a mega run coming up the outside, picking up every inch of side draft that he could, being helped by the 69 of Greg. No, that's the 96. That's his teammate working with him there, pushing him up there for the win. Joshua Moore and Eric Stoy dang near tied themselves coming back across the line. And in the end, it's going to be Moore in second with Stoy in third.
Yeah.
God.
Interesting. 3 different teams, though.
Here.
three different teams.
That's right.
In the top.
Stealth Motorsports picks up a win here. Team America taking second, and the Goats in third. Josh Freed of Stealth Motorsports also picks up 4th. Steven Naylor, one of the other GOAT team members, takes 5th. So, man alive, that was something else, boys.
And how's this for a picture? You got 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th all pictured coming across the line here.
That's awesome. That is outstanding.
Yeah, that last lap had to be wild if you're in the driver's seat. How crazy did it get? It almost got 5 wide at certain spots. They kept it fairly clean the most of that last lap. But people were just moving all over the freeway, like they're in Waco trying to get to Papa Joe's, roll some dice. That was great.
Matt Bunjo says, that's my brother out there winning this race tonight, my brother Jake. Thank you for joining us, Matt. Glad your brother pulled it off tonight. That was some kind of nerve holding on to that wheel, just hanging on up there with his teammate in the 96, Josh Freed. Incredible finish.
Indeed. Well, while we wait for these guys to cool down for half a second, because I'm sure they're having to get some one of those painter putty knives and peel their hands off of their steering wheels at the end of that one. I think you got 2 more names for us to add to that drawing list there, Mr. English.
Yes, sir. Tonight's fans of the race, Brandon Noah and Haley Spires. You have been entered into the drawing. We're going to do it next week at the championship race. That's to win some gear from TrackDogsRacing.com, the merchandiser for this league and a few others, and some other gaming communities. So, congratulations. We're going to put your name in. We're going to do a drawing next week. So, good luck to y'all. Brandon Noah and Haley Spires.
Official merchandiser of AAA Broadcasting as well.
Absolutely.
Got some hats and t-shirts on up there, so be sure to go and check those on out. So looks like our podium finishers are hanging on out there in the chat. So let's go ahead and get things started off with tonight's third place finisher, and that is going to be the 4 of Eric Stoy, who got some help earlier on from the race from the guy who finished right beside him there in that 96, Josh Freed, helping him get back up to where Team America was. Well, guess what there, buddy? You got some help in return, him pushing you towards the front here in those final closing laps, and it just all broke loose from there.
Oh, yeah, I know. I mean, yeah, shout out to Freed for helping me get up there at that time. It sucks that I got third, but hey, I mean, it's just another race. We got the championship race for next week, and that's the focus now.
Well, Eric, you had that, I guess we could call it the Busch Latte Chevrolet out there. You did one heck of a job out there tonight. And Team Goats, you guys had some difficulty earlier in the race. A little bit of controversy up there with another team as far as who owned what line, and maybe a little bit of a checking up that may have been going on there. But you guys recovered nicely. The small truck count out here kind of helping you guys get back together and kind of work your way back up there. Talk about how teamwork is so important here at a race like Daytona.
I know the teamwork is very important, especially like those last laps. Everyone needs that teammate. You just showed it just showed with Bunjo and Freed that they're pushing each other to the line, which is very important. Yeah, I would say that during the green flag pit stops, I was separated from my team. I was with Team America, and if it ran out like that, I've been a lone wolf. So luckily the caution came out and got a little bit of help with that.
Well, speaking of Team America, if my calculations are right, you're in second position going into the final race next week at Dega. You gained some points on Winker tonight. That's going to help you out next week. What is your plans for next week to try to win this thing?
Oh man, it's gonna take teamwork, and some luck. I'm just gonna push as hard as I can and try to stay up front and make sure Winker is behind me about 5-6 positions, and hopefully I can lead a lap, get a bonus point, and just go as hard as I can to get this victory.
Well, your teammate Durkee's one heck of a pusher. We saw that all night tonight. So hopefully you guys can have a little magic next week.
Yeah, we're going to try to do something for next week and make sure he's stuck right behind me the whole time.
Well, great job sticking with it out there, Eric, and getting that podium finish here. Before we let you go, do you have any other shout outs or anything like that?
Yeah, shout out to my 3 buddies, Addison, Ian, and Kevin. And then also shout out to Busch Light for keeping the cold beard cold.
I'm enjoying one right now.
Awesome, man. Well, great running out there, Eric. Congratulations. Good luck next week at that championship race. I know you got your hands full, and we look forward to seeing that one all back in action.
Hey, thanks, fellas.
So with that, we head on up a position and talk to tonight's second place finisher, and it's going to be the 51 of Joshua Moore, fighting through a little bit of anger there after some harsh words were said in the driver meeting, and able to pick up a second place victory. But man, it was hard fought there coming back across the line, as all green-white checker finishes are. But kind of walk us through maybe some thoughts that you had there on that final lap, and just your overall thoughts on the race.
Yeah, first of all, it feels good to finally not get wrecked in one of these things at the end. It feels good to be in it. Yeah, so Kevin's plan was just trying to get past Stoy for his points, and I was just going to try try to ride in front, try to block Stoy. If he went high, I didn't want to cut his nose off though, so I let him go by on the high side at the end. And then coming down that front stretch, I thought it was just going to be me and Stoy. Saw people wrecking behind us, and I had no idea Bunjo and Freed were behind us there.
Well, you took that number 51 Muehlberger Custom Homes Toyota up to the front there, and you guys got separated a little bit. Team America got split up some, and the teamwork that you guys show here week in, week out, especially at these super speedway tracks, is so important. You guys sticking to the same game plan next week for Talladega? I mean, the championship race, you're going to have some points implications involved. You guys just going to try to take care of your front runner there?
Yeah, I think that's probably what we're going to do, but I don't think Zach's going to be here next week, so we're going to be missing a guy. And then, of course, today we did a great job getting on pit road, getting off. But Cody, something happened in iRacing. iRacing must have screwed up and didn't have him take fuel. It only had him do a tear off.
Oh no!
Yeah, screwed him over.
That's not a good deal right there. But hey, awesome job tonight. Next week's gonna be. I mean, we can't wait for it. That's gonna be the finale. But do you have anybody you'd like to thank tonight?
Yeah, first off, want to thank Muehlberger Custom Homes. They just came aboard, Zach and Cody. They're going to be sponsoring them. And then want to thank Kevin, Zach, Cody, my teammates, for running up here, running all these races, being great teammates. Thank my parents for watching this. Thank my girlfriend. Just all of you guys for broadcasting this. You guys do a great job. And I'm happy with the top 5.
Awesome, man. Well, congratulations out there getting that second place finish here tonight. We look forward to seeing you guys back out here in action one more time next week over at Talladega for that championship, man. Go rest up, and we'll see you here again.
All right, thank you.
As we move on up, not only to the hard charger of the race, but it's also the man with the coolest name in iRacing, Mr. Jake Bunjo, winning this one, coming out of the blue, out of turn number 4 with the run from who knows where, picking up the race win, up 7 spots. Congratulations, Jake. That must have been one heck of a finish for you and your teammate there, and Josh Freed.
Yeah, I'll tell you where that run came from. Came from Freed. He it worked out perfectly. It was crazy. I mean, I got a little nervous there because I bobbled a little bit and things got shuffled, and I looked at my rear view and saw my teammate, my guy Josh, and next thing I know, I'm crossing the finish line first. So yeah, what an ending.
Well, you guys did a kick-ass job of just working together, staying around each other, and doing what you could. I mean, you guys are a 2-car team, and there's several 4-car teams out here, but y'all held your own out there and really proved that, hey, man, when you got the skill, 2 cars is enough sometimes. And you guys were very impressive out there today. And talk about next week, man. Talladega's coming up. A little bit of pressure on your teammate there. He is a playoff driver. Do you guys got a shot maybe at getting him a championship here?
Yeah, I feel like I got to return the favor next week. I'll be pushing him to victory lane. But yeah, I mean, I know he's been in it. I've been keeping track of points with him and seeing that he's kind of, up there with Kevin. Kevin's got a pretty good lead, but he ain't far. And man, anything can happen at Dega next week. So my prayer for next week is that the roles are reversed, that I'm pushing him to the front. And man, who knows?
Well, we know what happened tonight. You kind of snuck one in there at the end. That was awesome. I think it was Stoy that said he didn't even realize y'all were back there till it was over. So great job. Do you have anybody you'd like to thank?
Oh yeah, definitely. Well, Josh is number 1. I mean, he's got me into this, and he literally pushed me to the win tonight. So he's number 1. My brother Matt, who's watching every week. He's in the comments section a bunch and just loves to watch. Loves you guys as well. Loves your commentary. He's always cracking up and telling us like, man, you should have heard the broadcast tonight. So he loves it. He's a huge fan. Both those guys, they're my team. They're my guys. So I appreciate them both.
Awesome, man. Well, heck of a job driving out there tonight. Your hard charger, your race winner, Mr. 86, Jake Bunjo. Congratulations, man. One more race to go this season, and we can't look forward to seeing you racing it.
Thank you, fellas.
Ooh, boys.
Well, that was a good one, boys.
I gotta take a Xanax or something after that one.
Check the blood pressure after that ending for sure.
Yeah, you ain't kidding. But man, it was Daytona. We always know these plate tracks, especially with these trucks, they always bring on a good show. And yeah, it was a little separated there in the middle a little bit, but everything gets all brought on back, and that's why we love racing here.
Yeah, you gotta love HCK Beagles Racing League. These guys, they pick the right tracks, the right drivers, the right platform, and to put it all, marry it all together, you get some great racing. You get some great stuff to watch on a Tuesday night. So I'm just so glad to be here and glad that we had a great finish like we had tonight. I hope we get at least something like that next week as we go to the big track.
Yeah, I think we will. It's going to be awesome. It's a little wider. Maybe see a little bit more dangerous moves out there, especially since it is the final race.
Indeed. As we take a look at tonight's finishing order while things wind on down, Jake Bunjo in that 86 machine picking up the big time win here tonight. Joshua Moore driving that 51 machine home to a solid second place finish. The 4 of Eric Stoy thought he was in it with a shot, but apparently these trucks don't have left side or right side mirrors, I should say, because he couldn't see Bunjo coming up on the outside of him there, but still able to hang on for a third place finish. Josh Freed pushing his teammate hard across the line there, able to finish in fourth with the 5 of Stephen Mailer, finishing right where his number says he is, right there in fifth. So a great run from Naylor. You got Kevin Winker there doing all he could for Team America, trying to get them up to the front here tonight. He's going to finish in a solid 6th place spot. Cody Staten in the 15 is going to have a pretty solid finish there as well in 7th. Through all the goldfish and beverages, Josh Bittner in the 84 in Track Dogs Oration Machine able to climb to an 8th place spot with his teammate there, Chandler Paul, right there behind him there in 9th. With the 26 of Jay Burton rounding out your top 10 for the evening.
Yeah, Team America's Zachary Staten in the 88 finishing in 11th place after starting inside row number 2. Cale Turbeville in the 64, not where he wanted to be tonight, way back in 12th. Gregory Turner, Little Rimmer in the 69, finishing the last truck on the lead lap here in 13th. Paul Durkee, disappointing night tonight, started in row 2 there, finishing in 14th place. And that rounds out your field, boys. And we want to thank Michael Newton once again for doing a great job as race control.
Indeed. And of course, we have to thank all you guys for tuning in and watching, because you guys are the reason why we do this and get so excited week in and week out having you guys out there in the chat. So please be sure to hit that subscribe button and ring that notification bell, so that way you get alerted every single time that we go live. I know we're going to have some off seasons coming up here, so things are going to get a little slow for just a little bit, but before you know it, we'll be back to 5 nights a week, and you do not want to miss a single second of it. And if you enjoy it, please hit that thumbs up button, so that way this YouTube algorithm thing continues to share it with people that tend to maybe like this, and we end up on their suggested, and we can continue to grow this great community. Of course, we also have to thank the great sponsors of Gulf Coast Sand. Be sure to go check them out for all your fill needs. Also, a big thank you there to Davidson Builders, jumping on board all season long. Huge, massive thank you to AdminBoxx over there as well. I think Joshua Moore won the most polls or whatever, so he's going to end up getting his own AdminBoxx or something like that headed his way.
Awesome.
Yeah, I found that out the other day and thought it was pretty cool.
I did not know we were doing that. That's awesome.
And so congratulations to Josh for that. And of course, big thank you to Track Dogs Racing. Do I have? I thought I had. I do have it. Yeah, it's super tiny. Super tiny and dark here at a night track. Ooh, I don't know what I just enlarged. But TrackDogsRacing.com. Be sure to go check them out. You can also reach them at TrackDogs.net. That'll also take you to TrackDogsRacing.com. And a big thank you to, of course, Dubby over there at Dubby.gg. Order your next round of Dubby today using code HCK at checkout for 10% off. Well, that's going to do it for us here tonight. Tomorrow night, we are back in action with the Vigilante Racing League. They've got their Clash, Bash, whatever they want to call it, happening at that LA Coliseum in the trucks. And I, from what I hear, if it goes anything like what the Monday race report's going to be like, or would be like, it's going to be about 10 pages long. So that's going to be one heck of an interesting race to go and watch. So we look forward to having y'all join us there tomorrow night, starting right around, call it 8:45, right around that time is when we, Eastern is when we will be going live. But without further ado, I'm Alan Brown and I need a nap. So for Alan English and Adam Turner, we're signing off.
We gone.
See ya.